Andrew.
Yes.
Kerchew. Speed.
Bless you.
Okay. Hi, one of the YouTube land and everything and the like. Welcome to Team Brand's YouTube page. As I, Eric the Cyborg, coming to you with a brand new deck that used to be Mr. Andrews way back in the past, but I decided to take the mantle of it.
You're welcome.
Or the wheel, you could say.
You're welcome.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, this is going to be the update for Speedroids post Synchro Storm. Obviously, with all of the new stuff that came out for them, it's a pretty decent rogue deck that you can play for fun, or it can somewhat keep up with what's going on nowadays. But I mean, after Burst, we'll find out what happens after Burst of Destiny. But anyway, let's get into the list for the Speedroids. So starting off, 3. Oop, I had the wrong way because I'm dumb. 3 of Win the Wind Chandelier. You're running her because you can discard her and another wind monster from your hand to the grave to search any wind monster whose defense is 1500 or less, which, spoiler alert, is the entire deck. You mainly should just use her to search pretty much everything in your deck. She will be getting replaced once we get the new spell card, Speedroids Scratch, which is practically the same thing as what she does. So once that comes out, she'll be swapped out for Speedroids Scratch. But for right now, 3 of her. On to the honorary boy at number 1, Speedroid Terratop. Loathed in the times of the Zodiac format where you summon triple Terratop and triple Takatomborg, summon MX Saber Evoker, and go from there.
Not to mention Dante.
And Dante. Because Mill 3 is too good. And of course, with the Terratop, you play 3 of the homeboy Takatomborg. Free extender, if you have a wind monster and you contribute it to summon a Speedroid tuner from your deck. And of course, everyone knows what Terratop does. He's a free summon, or for those who don't know, he's a free summon. If you have no monsters, and when he's summoned, you can search for a Speedroid monster. Most notably, Takatomborg. For some of your normal summons, 3 of Marble Machine on normal summon. He searches for a Speedroid monster. That's all you really use him for. And this is the only Pendulum Speedroid that you run in the deck. You don't use it for its scale effect because you don't do anything with the scales. You just normal summon and do all combos from there. Then from that, you go 3 Speedroid Card Turbo. This is another extender for your deck. If you have a wind monster on side of the field, you can summon it to your from your hand to your field. And in the graveyard, you can banish itself and another Speedroid monster from your grave to boost the attack of all your wind monsters on the field by 800 attacks. So it just makes for easier OTKs. Probably the best tuner in the deck, 2 of Red Eye Dice. It is a non-once per turn on summon. Target a Speedroid monster on the field to change its level from either 1 to 6. So you keep bringing him out and you keep doing all your single plays from this. 2 of Denden Nykoduke. He is also one of your main tuners for the deck, and in the graveyard you can banish him from grave to summon a Speedroid tuner from either your hand or graveyard, which is a non-targeting special summon. So if you have more than 1 tuner in your graveyard, you can just bring out whatever else you want. And then for most of the one-ofs, one of the brand new Piper on summon, you activate cards off the top of your deck equal to the number of other wind monsters that you control. So unfortunately, he he doesn't count himself. And then from what you excavated, you can add any card from it to your hand. So you can get a hand trap, you can get cross out, you can get trap talents, you can get whatever card you want from that, and then the rest go back in the bottom of the deck in any order you choose. He does have a graveyard effect where you can banish it from your graveyard, target one level 3 or higher wind monster you control, and reduce its level by 2, so you can just do more synchro plays. One double yo-yo on normal summon, summons a Speedroid monster from your grave. Another way to extend. One horse stilts, it's a foolish burial from deck to grave for a no, it's a marauding captain actually. Sorry about that. On normal summon, you summon a level 4 or lower Speedroid monster from your hand, and then you can bash it from grave. You banish it from grave to foolish burial a Speedroid monster. From my food.
I think you just dated yourself with that reference.
Thank you. One of the Speedroid rubber band plane. This is another extender for when you switch summon a Speedroid monster, you summon this card from your hand. Again, extender. And then for the small ratios of hand traps nowadays, because of Mr. Crossout Designator, I'm running 2 Ash Blossom and 1 Effect Veiler, because these are the main ones in the main deck that really hurt the deck. You can also play Nibiru and Bell in your main deck, but that's probably just gonna be like side deck for me most of the time. So those are all the monsters in the deck. Onto the brand new spell cards, or brand new spell card. 3 Speedroid Wheel. This is the deck's E-Telly in a way. You roll a 6-sided dice, and based on the roll that you get, you summon up to 2 Speedroid monsters from your deck whose levels equal that roll. So no matter what roll you get, you will always get something to bring out. And if, let's say, you don't happen to get anything to summon out from your deck, you will unfortunately take damage based on that roll times 500. But that's barely ever going to happen. And then what's a deck without their own monster reborn? That's not once per turn, by the way. Speed recovery. It's monster reborn. It's not once per turn. Unfortunately, it's not searchable because it's not a Speedroid card. It's just speed. And in the grave, you can banish it to add a Speedroid monster from your grave to your hand. So more recursion. But you can't use that effect the same turn that it's sent to the graveyard. So you have to wait 1 whole turn for that. Onto the main combo eccentric stuff. 2 triple tax talents and 2 crossout designator for being hand trapped and all and whatnot, all the shenanigans. For the 1 spells, 1 Call by the Grave for hand traps and other stuff, Monster Reborn for extension, and Foolish Burial for setup. For the traps, I'm running 1 of the brand new Speedroid Duplicate. This is basically Compulse. You banish a wind monster from your graveyard to target 1 card on the field or that your opponent controls and bounce it back to the hand. And this graveyard effect is that if this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 level 2 or higher Speedroid monster you control. Reduce its level by 1, and if you do, summon this card as a normal monster, which is a machine tuner win level 1 with attack and defense of 0. And you can only, and it's not treated as a trap card, so you can MST it while it's on the field like that. So cool. And you can only use that effect once per duel, which is why you're only playing the 1. I mean, you could play 2 just to get the compulsive effect twice, but you only get the grip effect once per duel. And then another trap card is double impermanence. It's a cross-out target as well, or if by chance you're going second, you need it in your hand, you have a way to stop your opponent. Anyway, that is the current main deck for Speedroids. Onto the extra deck. I'm running 2 of the Link Monster High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. There's been a lot of debate between like Speedroid players to run either 1 or 2 of this card. I'm on the side to run 2 just in case of just to get like some form of like free extension for a later turn if needed. For those who don't know what he does, you banish a Wind Synchro monster from your extra deck, any Wind Synchro monster, and then you reveal Speedroid monsters from your deck whose level equals that Synchro monster's level, and then your opponent randomly chooses one to go to your hand, and the other one will go to your graveyard. And he also gives you a additional normal summon for a Speedroid monster. So definitely 2. This is my preference. One of the brand new High Speedroid Cork Shooter. This is absolutely the most broken Synchro tuner that the deck can ever get.
That boy dumb.
As Mr. Scott said, this boy is dumb. So on Synchro Summon, you can activate one of 2 effects. You only use the first effect most of the time anyway, by the way. Its first effect is that if it's Synchro Summoned and all of the materials are still in your graveyard, bring them back. So you just do more single plays from there. Its other effect is that you can add a Speedroid spell or trap. That's it. You're barely ever using that effect at all. You're always just using the first effect to get more plays going on. One High Speedroid puzzle, mainly running him for just for his level, just to make Mr. Level 12 Synchro Boy, which I'll show you later. One of Hagoita. He is he summons himself from the deck if you have a Speedroid tuner on your field. The best thing about that is that he doesn't get banished after that, so he'll keep going back to your graveyard, and you keep bringing it back your next turn. He's keep bringing it back over and over and over again.
Freaker swing!
Pretty much. One sort of Charge Warrior. It's a nice level 6 to go into, and it's a draw on summon. One of the Wood Pegasus Antinister. You're mainly just banishing him off the Rubber Band Shooter just to get your plays going. But if say you can't make him, he's decent back row removal to pop 1 because he counts himself. And when your stuff is destroyed, you bash it from your grave to pop something that your opponent has. So just mainly removal, but like I said, you're mainly just banishing him off the band shooter. For the clear wing synchros that are of the archetype, one of the clear wing fast dragon. This is during either player's turn, you can target a monster on your opponent's side of the field that was summoned from the extra deck. Changes its attack to 0 and its effects are negated, so it's a quick Veiler during either player's turn. But it only affects monsters that were summoned from the extra deck, so that's kind of a little less so. And doesn't really matter with this effect, but when he's destroyed, he goes to your scale, but that doesn't really matter most of the time. And then one of the original Clearwing Synchro Dragons, he's there just to bring out the level 10 most of the time. I think both of these are mainly just here to just bring out the level 10, which I'll show off later. But I mean, he's still good to sit on most of the time, just for a free negate, and he's just here because it's Clearwing. Those are the Ghost Workers, why not? Speaking of more ghost rares, Crystal Wing. Obviously, two Crystal Wings because this is the main boy you want to have out most of the time. Everyone should practically know what he does. For those who don't, he's a monster negate, and if you battle something that's low fire or higher, he'll gain that monster's attack. So he'll just beat over most things. Except back row, because back row is a pain in the ass.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Shut up. The only level 8 synchro you're running is, or not level 8, but the third level 8 synchro you're playing is High Speedroid Kite Drake. A lot of people aren't really running him. I don't know why. Because on summon you can do either one of two effects. You can either destroy all other cards on field or negate all stuff that your opponent has on the board. So it's either just a black rose or, well, not a black rose, but it still lives. Hi. That was Andrew, by the way.
There's some in my throat.
Yeah. Or it's just negate everything on board on your
It's only
opponent's side.
monsters though, isn't it?
Does it negate everything?
All face-up cards.
I'll face it first.
Huh? Yeah, why aren't more people running it? Holy shit!
Exactly. And then when it's destroyed, no, if it's in your possession, sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, so its own Maximus is you can send this to your graveyard to get a free search. So, note. All right, on to the big level 10s. For the main one out of Synchro Storm, obviously the Baron de Fleur. This is a super generic level 10 synchro because I don't know why they decided to do that. So for those who don't know what this card does, I'm pretty sure most people already know what this card does. But again, for those who don't know, it is a once per turn target a card in the field, destroy it. So a pop, cool. It is also a Omni Negate for any card or effect. So also good. And most of the time you're not really using this effect, but during the Stamina phase, so that's any Stamina phase, you can target a level 9 or lower monster in your graveyard, put this back in your extra deck, and then summon that monster. So you can just put it back just to bring it out again, and you just do more stuff like that. But you never really do that effect because you want to just be there on the board for a negate.
Which is important for the Omni Negate because that's only once when it's face up on the field.
Yeah, so if you have more than one, that's 2 negates. For the brand new Clear Wing monster, the Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. I don't know why they just call it that. They just had to put Crystal and Clear together with that part, but okay. So this boy is a nice level 10 that it's generic-ish in a way. He needs a tuner synchro monster, which is really easy to do. But the downside is that he needs a Clear Wing monster to use for his synchro summon. So your only targets are obviously with this deck is regular Clear Wing and Clear Wing Fast Dragon, which isn't that hard, obviously, like I said before. So this boy, once per turn, when your opponent would activate a monster effect, you can use his effect to make him unaffected by monster effects until the end of the turn, and he gains the attack of the monster of whose effect activated. So if you're playing against dinos, someone activates UCT, change his effect to make him unaffected, and he gains 3,500 attack. Cool. And he is also your spell and trap negate because he can negate a spell trap card activation or effect once per turn. And when he is destroyed, you can get a wind monster from your deck to your hand. So there's any wind monster you want with everything. And then for the final synchro, the big level 12 boy himself, Cosmic Blazar Dragon. This is Solemn on legs.
Take it from my personal experience. Yes, the deck can make this card.
Very easily. which is why I'm running. Which is why puzzle is necessary for this boy, because he's a level 4. Because you have puzzle, Hagoita, and the cork shooter done.
Yup.
That alone just makes this boy on board.
Good shit.
So for those who don't know what this does, he negates practically anything. Effects, summons. You gonna attack me? No. He'll banish himself for his effect, obviously, because he's a Stardust style monster. And then during the end phase, he will return back to your side of the field. So he'll just come back he'll just keep coming back, being a big 4K beat stick, and more free negates. Anyway, that is my current build of the Speedy Boys of Speedroids. Let me know in the comments below what you would take out and make changes in. If you guys want to see a combo tutorial video dedicated to this build, let me know in the comments below, because there's different routes you can do with this combo. So I think a whole dedicated video to it is probably more necessary than just a short little clip at the end. But anyway, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Check out Pop Manga Mats for all your product needs, playmats, sleeves, field centers, whatever they're doing over there. Use promo code Forbidden10 for 10% off the next purchase, and we'll see y'all next time for when Burst happens.